a very warm welcome to you all present here. So we'll be giving you a gist about how's the life here at TAPMI. Let's start with a day in TAPMI. Yes, so coming to a day at TAPMI. So if we were to talk about our day here, it's quite hectic to start with, and it is very time bound. We're very punctual on timings. And so a typical day would start with breakfast. Our breakfast timings are from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. And post that we have our classes that start from 10. So we have two classes prior to lunch, and we have a lunch break at 12:45. And post lunch we have two more classes. And after that, usually we are engaged in some kind of activities. There's a lot happening on a day-to-day basis, or we have a lot of group projects to work with. Almost all of our courses have project component, so that always keeps us busy. Secondly, all of us are in some kind of club or committee, so we have responsibilities to cater to when it comes to that as well. And if not that, so yeah, coming to the sports facilities, I'm sure Siddharth would be able to give you a little more view on this, but we have various facilities like basketball courts, there's a football turf, there's a huge field, there's tracks for running, there's cricket, so a lot of activities to be a part of as well. And post that, then we proceed to dinner, and our dinner timings are from 7:30 to 9 p.m. And we have a in time. So basically, we have to be inside the main gate by 9:30 p.m. and inside a hostel by 10. So that's about a typical day at TAPMI. And now let's proceed ahead. Right, so these are the different clubs and committees that we have as of now. So we have a sustainability committee, we have the student executive council that consists of the class representatives that each class elects themselves. Then we have the placement and corporate engagement team. So myself, Sia and Ullas, we are a part of this. And then we have the alumni relations committee. So alumni is basically the alumni of TAPMI Mandi. So the PGDM alumni is the people that we speak to, and they've really helped us with the mentorship and some of our placements as well. So I am the co-convener of the alumni relations committee. Then we have the prison committee that looks into media affairs. Then we have the cultural committee that organizes various events for us, different festivals or any kind of fun events are usually looked into by them. Then we have the sports committee, which Siddharth is currently heading, and we have the student welfare committee, basically that looks into all the student related issues. And then coming to the different clubs, we are located at Bangalore. The BBA honors course is only at Bangalore. And so the clubs are mostly started by us. So we have the Praxis Club that caters to entrepreneurship, and the ECEL also works alongside them. So ECEL is mainly to entrepreneurship, and Praxis also deals with life projects and they help get us new things. And then we have Elysium and Phoenix. Both of these cater to finance and economic related interests.
So currently, I'm heading the sports committee of TAPMI. I'm also part of the Mahe Sports Committee, which TAPMI is under as well. So our responsibilities and duties is to ensure TAPMI gets enough participation in various sports activities and tournaments conducted on campus and off campus. We basically help in organizing events, conducting large scale tournaments, and ensure our participation as well. We deal with financing, we deal with budgeting, and obviously the logistic part of organizing events, and obviously to encourage sports within our college for all.
I'm also part of two clubs here and along with the placement and corporate engagement committee. So the clubs being Phoenix and ESEL. I recently joined Phoenix. It basically sends us financial news and insights on a daily basis, daily and weekly basis. And then there's the book club, which again is for all the book lovers and readers out there. So we all sit together and discuss what we're reading at the moment and what we'd like to read together. Then there's obviously the placement and corporate engagement committee, which looks after the internships, the engagement with industry leaders. We organize the Nexus guest series, which happen on every alternate Saturday for each classes, so that we get the industry exposure as well.
So I'm a part of the placement corporate engagement team of TAPMI, and I'm also part of the Phoenix Club. As Sia mentioned, the placement committee looks forward for live projects, guest lectures, and also we organize events known as the Global Leadership Conference. Recently, we had a collaboration with the Southampton University where the students of TAPMI are eligible to take up their fourth year in in a international university. So in collaboration with them, we organized the Global Leadership Conference, which was in which we had invited guests, industry leaders and guests who came and gave their insights through panel discussions and also Q&A rounds. And further in Phoenix, as mentioned, we have weekly reports and we have weekly analysis about the happenings around the world in terms of economics and finance.
So I'm part of the alumni relations committee. So basically, we connect with the Manipal alumni, and so far we've been able to arrange for an alumni mentorship program for a batch, in which the alumni have really helped us with CV-related queries or industry-related queries, and they've been in touch with us, and we've also been able to organize some talks with alumni.
So let's move on ahead to the events that are organized at TAPMI. So you all see we're actually one institute amongst total of 10 in the Mahe campus. So there's always something or the other happening. And in particular, TAPMI has organized three major events till now. First being the Global Leadership Conference, where we saw national and international guests and industry leaders. They came and spoke about a variety of topics related to AI and how leadership and management is is going in that direction. We had a lot of panel discussions, keynote speaks, dialogue happening. It was a 2 day event which was organized in the month of October. And so that was one thing. The chapter two of the same will be conducted this year. Once, obviously, a new batch, that is, you guys will join us. And then the other event being Adhikshana. It was the first ever management fest that TAPMI had organized. We had more than 12 participating universities and colleges. And our chief guest there, the keynote speaker, was Ankur Warikyu, the famous author and speaker. And then, so this event obviously was a very big one. We offered paid internships as the award for those who won. It was kind of a case study based event where you have to solve a business problem in a certain time limit. That was another thing. And then finally, the cultural side of it. We had Kala, which was organized recently in February. We had a blast there with, I think, over 15 total sub events as part of it. There was music and dance, then artistic events, poetry, theater, whatnot. So all sorts of fun events were happened organized here. Then okay, so TAPMI also organized the under 18 football promotional tournament. And so a total of 20 schools came there from Bangalore, all around Bangalore, and more than 7 lakhs worth of prizes were given out. So it was again a major thing that was organized here. Then this is just a glimpse of the events that we've organized, or we've also been taken out on other excursions. For example, on the second day after I came on campus, we were taken out on an outbound trip to the Nandi, and we had a lot of fun there. Then a month later, we were taken to the Art of Living program here, and again, it was a 3 day feast that we had. A really fun time. So I think that is majorly what we had. The seniors also had the industrial visits, including that to IKEA. I think it happened sometime in this semester. So there's always something or the other happening on campus, and it's not a quiet life. It's a busy one. The course is also rigorous. But once you get the hang of it and are able to manage the academics with the fun side of it, you really start loving the campus life here at TAPMI Bangalore.
So I think now we come to the most exciting part of the course where we are looking at internships, which every management student wants it. And so at the end of the first year, there is a social internship that the students take up, which is for a duration of 8 to 10 weeks. It's an unpaid internship where a student enrolls themselves in an NGO. The flexibility that TAPMI provides is that the student can enroll themselves into an NGO in their hometown if they are staying far away from home and they're staying here at hostel. So they can pursue the social internship for 8 to 10 weeks, which is an unpaid internship, but it is unlike any other management school or any other courses. The social internship is not taken lightly by TAPMI here because there's rigorous evaluation that happens once your internship is done. The evaluation happens in terms of a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, as well as a business report submission, in which you're supposed to identify your problems and explain your experience as an intern with the NGO. So basically, throughout your internship, a faculty mentor has been assigned to you, who will keep you updated and help you out with finding out problems through weekly reports, as well as help you in making the final report as well. So basically, how the social internship works is, in the second semester, you have a course called design thinking, which is a problem solving technique which is taught to students in a workshop mode. So after the design thinking course, at the end of the second semester, you go for your social internship. You finish your social internship, come back, give your evaluation through presentations and your report, and then that has been evaluated, because the internship is a 4 credit course in the in this for the second year. And further, in the third semester, you have a course called Design for Social Impact, which is again a 1 credit course, in which the student is supposed to solve the problems that he or she has identified during their internship in the social internship, in which they have to use the design thinking process that they learned in their second semester and find the solution to the problem that they identified with the NGO is trying to solve, but they are not able to solve. Even during this, the faculty mentor will help them out to find the solution. And then most of our solutions has also been implemented in few NGOs, and then they have been very happy for our involvement. Unlike any other interns who just come and think it's there's a difference between volunteering and interning. So I think that is the gap that TAPMI provides to its students. And so moving on further, we have the sales internship. Internship happens at the end of the second year, where the student gets an experience to the corporate world so that they can connect what they have learned in class to a live business context. The duration of this is again 8 to 10 weeks. So the social internship as well as the sales internship happens during the month of May to July. And then TAPMI believes in valuing the time and effort of each intern right from the start of the career. And therefore, it is in the TAPMI's policy that every student that is placed in a company is offered a stipend. And so these are some of the companies that our batch right now has been placed to. Our internships will commence from May. So we have Arvind Fashion, the Media and which is a marketing agency. We have Skiffy Labs. We have Zila Pharma, which is a pharmaceutical company. We have New Cold, which looks after the cold chain management. We have Corizo. We have many edtech companies, and also we have a finance company which is Sovereign Global. So how does the process of sales internship takes place? Is basically the corporate engagement team looks for companies through LinkedIn and also through the help of alumni, through the alumni relations team. We take up companies, we talk to them about what are we capable of, and then after company agrees according to the company's requirements, there are GD rounds, which is the group discussion round, which happens from when the HR of the company visits the college, and after the GD round, they have a personal interview, after which the students will be selected. And then to also help the students prepare well for their interviews, TAPMI also organizes mock group discussion rounds and interviews round where the lecturers in college help them, giving them insights about how they can perform well in the interviews. I think this is about sales internship. And further, after the second year, at the end of the third year, they also have the corporate internship that happens, because none of us have been exposed to that as of yet. So we only have information.
I'm gonna take up the segment about the international immersion. So during your second year, after your third semester, during your third semester, no wait, February, right? Yeah. So during your fourth semester, you would be having a 4-day trip to Dubai. Our batch had gone to Dubai. I'm not sure if there are going to be any changes for the next batches, but our batch went to Dubai. The whole idea of the trip was to interact with various companies and understand how a foreign business works and how that's linked to the global supply chain and how Dubai is now becoming such a big hub of businesses and technology and trade. And our job was to understand and interact with such companies to get a better insight on the world of different industries. And so we visited companies like DP World, London Stock Exchange, Sterling Perfumes, iMile, who are all leaders in their various industries. And obviously, it wasn't just a very corporate focused, work focused trip. There was a lot of leisure time given to us. We visited various museums. We visited the famous Gold Souk and Meena Bazaar. You are free to go visit various locations and other activities and adventures, sports on your own as well. Like, for example, a lot of us rented out a boat. Couple people went out for desert safaris, and people visited the Burj Khalifa and went out to nice places to eat and everything else. So it's a very interactive experience in terms of how you interact with the corporates. And also it was extremely fun for all of us. I don't think in our 1.5 years of college, the senior batch had that kind of fun for a long time. And yeah, everyone thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a extremely good experience and something you guys should be looking forward to. So yeah, I mean, these were a couple of the pictures of visit to Dubai.
Alright, that's all we had from our side. Now, any questions that you may have, please put it on the chat and we can get to it. Right, so Tarun has asked this question about NET. So, I mean, batch, like me personally, I got in through my IP Maths course, so I'm not really sure if it would be relevant for us to, because we hadn't taken that test.
Right. So the entrance
So,
tests are given the weightage, obviously, but they're just one component. There are other components like the interviews specifically, where I think, at least for our batch, we were given a topic and then we had to say something on it for like a minute or two. And that was the major evaluation part. Along with it, we had to submit a statement of purpose, which was again taken into consideration, a lot of it. And with regards to that, we were divided into the BA honors or the integrated course that is being offered at.
Benjamin, you can ask your question.
So I actually spoke to a couple of seniors at college. I'm actually from the school next door, and a lot of them who are right now in the first year, they were telling me that even though these activities are there, even the clubs are there, all of this is there, there's not enough time to do it because of the intensity and workload that the course places upon the students. So I am a big basketball freak, and it's important for me that I'm able to take part of this activity, as well as internships, as well as the startups that I have done in the past. I would like to continue those things at when I'm part of the college. So is it tough to balance all of this in your opinion? Like if I wanted to do a startup or a side internship while all this is going on, along with basketball, along with school, what is your opinion on that?
Yeah, so even I'm a first year student here, and given that you said you like basketball, even I play basketball. You have a great coach here. So I'll tell you what, the course is rigorous and there's a lot of work. But in the first 2 to 3 months, you just learn how to manage both together. I go and play on all weekends. Like it is a rule that I've made for myself. I'll go and play on every weekend that I can find. And even during the week, whenever I find time, I can go and play. People here, even from our institute, like they regularly continue pursuing sports or any other activities. I think people from second year, along with their normal studies, are also pursuing other courses alongside. And then there's the life projects, which we're supposed to engage in. So all of that can be done alongside your academic mix. You just have to learn how to balance things out. You'll take time to figure all of it out, but once you do, then it'll all be fine.
I'd like to add to what Sia said. So I'm a state level cricketer. I've played cricket most of my life, and now I'm a second year student. To keep it blunt and realistic, it does get difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat it by any means. It does get difficult, and you do have to start weighing out your options as to what takes more priority in your life. Obviously, there are different time periods as to when you would want to play more and when you would want to focus on other things more. But again, as Sia said, you will take time to understand how you should prioritize your work schedule. And I'm not going to say it's impossible, but if you definitely can do it, and say, for example, you're keen on playing at the highest level in basketball in particular, it is possible, but it is a lot of work. And if you're prepared to do that, then great, there's nothing like it. But yeah, again, so I wouldn't recommend it for the faint hearted and people who can't do it. But if you're in it, you're ready to go for it, then great. I mean, there's everyone's behind you, and you're going to get ample support from the faculty as well as the institute in pursuing your extracurriculars. I have received that support. I still continue to do so, even though I now sort of struggle with balancing my work. But yes, you will get that support from the faculty and the institution as well.
Awesome. I have one more question. It's regarding like the ESL. I'm not sure. What was the other club that revolved on entrepreneurship?
Praxis.
Oh, yeah. So, do these clubs actively engage in support of student entrepreneurial activities? Like, if I'm trying to set something up, or if I already have something, would the club or the school, rather than the club itself, would the school, I mean, the college be allowed to, I mean, would be involved in the process of building this up with the students, or is this something that is not part of the college's view?
So one more thing that you may do is in your fourth year, you can go for the entrepreneurship track. So that will give you access to the incubator at TAPMI Manipal, and you can just focus on your startup for one whole year. So you would receive ample amount of support right then. But if you were to talk about the clubs, then you would, get some kind of support. But although I don't think it would be as good as an incubator.
If not for an incubator, I think we should talk about the recent event that the ESL had organized, where they had given opportunity for students with a business idea to come and present themselves to a panel of judges. A few of them were also alumni, and a few of them were also founders of certain companies. And then they will be awarded on the basis of their own ideas that they had presented. And along with that, in the Adhikshana Fest that had happened, based on their innovative ideas as to for the problem solving, because it was a live company that had given its live problem case study. So based on the case studies, they were also awarded internships. And so therefore the entrepreneurial spirit is encouraged at TAPMI, but you cannot prioritize it like Kriti told. It's not as good as an incubator, but in the fourth year, definitely we have faculty mentors who will help you pursue your career as an entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you so much. I just one question. This fourth year that you're speaking about, that opportunity to go to Southampton University, that's just for that 1 year, right? After that, you have to continue with them for the MBA or something like that.
The Southampton program is an MSc program. So since all master's programs in the UK are for the 1 year, it's basically in essentially replacing your fourth honors year. So at the end of 4 years, you would graduate with a master's degree from Southampton as well as your BBA honors from.
Okay, so that's all done within the 4 years program.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think two more people have raised their hands.
You have Tanmay. Tanmay can ask his question.
Yeah, how are the placements after the course? Job placements.
So the job placements, we are looking for placements. After the third year, you have an option to either exit the degree or continue for your fourth year. Your continuation for the fourth year also depends upon the GPA that you have. We have a minimum GPA criteria, and after that, on an invitation basis, is how you will be supposed to you'll be allowed to do your fourth year. Talking about the placements, we have the corporate engagement team, which works day in and day out to help students cater to their placements. We also have an institute time which is going to start their aptitude test training from Monday. From this Monday, the seniors have it. So we are incorporating various activities which will help them, which will help students to get their placements. And as I spoke about the sales internship, all of the internships, all of the companies that we had gotten here was from the corporate engagement team. We also have the database of Manipal, where we have the MBA batch that has been running for 40 years. So we have access to them. We have a list of about 1,000 alumni from the alumni relations team who are working in very top positions. We also contact them for our placement processes. And so therefore, I think placement should not be
percentage of total students who join and who get jobs in campus, percentage approximately.
Because we are still in the second year, we are not graduated yet. But as of the sales internship, we have 100% placement already.
And what degree do we get? Is it 4-year course, no?
BBA honors.
So if you complete 4 years, you'll get a BBA honors. But however, if you choose to exit after 3 years, you will get a.
Okay, exam in Delhi on 18th of April. When will the results come? Can you just please let us know?
So you will be getting your scores within 3 to 4 days, okay? And results, as in results of selection, will come after micro presentation and interview rounds.
Exam results. So let's see if it comes in 4 days.
Scores you will get. Yes,
Okay.
scores you will get. Yeah, but results, as in you have made it to the program or not, is dependent on other things. So you will have your scores. You will you will be evaluated further.
And how much time do we get for micro presentation after results? Exam results.
So we are going to start with the rounds after IP MAT is done, which is IP MAT is going to be going to happen on 23rd of May. So we are going to begin with the process after that. So we are going to start the ones who have applied first, their interviews will happen first.
So we give MET. We give MET exam on 18th.
Okay, when around which date did you apply to TAPMI?
Which date?
Yes.
In I think
When did you
February.
complete? February. Yes. So most probably so you applied on February and you're appearing for a MET in the second phase.
That is on 18th of April. The board exams were there till 1st April in Delhi, CBSE.
Okay. So in April, we only had on 16th and 17th.
Yeah, 17th.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So your interview process will mostly happen in the last week of May.
Okay, last week of April. Okay.
Yeah, someone here was asking if the course is manageable if you're from any other stream. So I am from humanities stream, and I did not have subjects of commerce or maths along. It is a bit difficult in the beginning again because you are put into a course that requires a little bit of math and subjects that you've never learned, but obviously you learn. And then, so there are people from all of the different streams, there PCM, commerce, PCB, all different streams are here. So once you're put into the course, you're just taught everything from scratch. So you get to know everything. And if you think, if you study hard enough, you can definitely go through the exams and all. I had so you can score a GPA of around 8 even if you're from other streams above, obviously.
From the PCM background, and for me, initially it was a little difficult being able to understand the arts and humanities courses, like being able to remember things from there. And also commerce, I had no experience with, but I think I got an upper hand when it came to math, so I was able to manage the math related courses well. And the other courses, we got great assistance from our faculty who started from the absolute scratch. So it wasn't that difficult to get adjusted.
Okay, so my son has applied for the IPM program, the Integrated Program in Management. How old is that program at TAPMI?
It started this year, the integrated program. The first batch started this year.
So the first batch started in 2023. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is going to the second year.
Yes.
And how many seats do we have for the IPM program?
That I'm not aware.
60 seats.
60 seats, ma'am. And I understand the campus for the MBA program is in Manipal, and the campus for the BBA, of course, is in Bangalore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And we couldn't apply in the first batch because we were searching for the form on the TAPMI website, and then we were told that the form is actually on the Manipal website. And we just happened to apply last week. So we are probably in the slot 2 or the phase 2, and they have 2 dates. One is 18th of May and the other one is of 19th of May. Incidentally, IPM Rohtak is also on 18th May. So how do we make sure that there is no conflict with IPM Rohtak and I've been also trying to get in touch with someone I've written.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, so you have a son who has applied or daughter?
That's right, I'm son.
Okay. So, sir, your son is already appearing for IPMAT. My personal suggestion would be that, as we have been telling over the session also, that entrance test is just one part of the evaluation criteria. So, and we consider all the entrance tests which are listed in the eligibility criteria. So if your son is already appearing for one or other examinations, so you can apply through those scores. See, all of these students have come through IPMAT. So if the exams are clashing with MET, you can avoid that. I'm sure your son might have applied to Indore also, right?
Yeah, he has applied for most of the IPMAT exams.
So my suggestion would be don't ask him to appear for MET. That's just an addition, and it's not going to add a weightage to the entire selection criteria.
Okay, understood. So we were actually absolutely unaware, ma'am. So therefore, we thought that it's better to play safe, and we applied for the MET exam as well.
Yes, sir. No, I understand, sir. And many parents have been sharing these concerns, and this is what we have been telling everyone.
I mean, all the students here who I see on the screen, are they all going to pursue IPM, or they are purely BBA students?
So they're from BBA honors. So they are from BBA honors. They are from Bengaluru campus. And if you have seen that this is a common application which you might have filled up. So right now you do not have a choice, right? So it's only after the entire selection process is done that we let the student know if the student has been able to make it to both the program, and that is when the student has choice between the programs. Otherwise, they are offered BB honors.
That I understand,
so
ma'am. But
it's an IPM and 300 in BB honors. Yes, sir.
Okay, understood, ma'am. But the Ullas, Kriti, Sia, Siddharth, the students who I see on the screen, so currently they're all pursuing BBA. So are they also enrolled for the IPM program because they're already into the campus? No.
No, sir. So they cannot be enrolled in 2 programs. So they could be either in IPM or BBA.
Or BBA. Understood. Thanks for clarifying.
Yes.
And ma'am, also I've been struggling to get in touch with the admissions team at TAPMI.
Okay.
I've written on website. I've also got hold of one number which I keep trying, but
I have shared one number here. You may reach out to us over that number, and also I am sharing one email ID for admissions team. You can write to us.
Ma'am, could you repeat that number, because maybe it's just gone somewhere up in the.
Sure, sir. I'll type again.
Yeah, so I actually applied with SAT scores a while ago. I'd written it thinking I'd go abroad. That doesn't think I'm mature enough yet. Anyway, I'd applied with that, and I don't know, like, why will the micro presentation take so long for someone like me who already applied with that SAT score, like, I think a month back?
Because most of the students apply through IPMAT and it does not. So operationally, it becomes difficult for us to just conduct interviews again and again, just one or two interviews again and again. So that is why we start with the entire process after IPMAT is done. Okay, after students are done with all of their examinations, not just IPMAT. Many are appearing in JIPMAT, many are appearing in JEE. We are accepting JEE scores also. Once the students are done with their entrance tests, that is when we start with the process.
Okay. And one question, I actually heard from a student. I had come for the open house and I'd met some students there. And they had told me that there are like I don't know if you're like, I'm pretty sure aware of it, but there's one way you have to maintain CGPA to get into Deakin and Southampton. But I heard from them that there's another way to get into TAPMI through the same method of keeping up some CGPA. I'm not sure if that's there. Is that there? A student had told me about that for the MBA program into TAPMI. Is that there?
Yes. You have to maintain a CGPA of 7, and that is when you can apply for MBA.
At TAPMI?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, and sorry, so the interviews would happen post IM exams or the IPMAT exams. And when do the results come? First week of June?
Yes, sir.
And when does the session start at TAPMI?
Sir, mostly in mid of August.
Mid of August. And ma'am, where in what part of Bangalore?
Sir, this is towards airport.
Okay. How far is it from the airport?
Sir, I'm sorry, I won't be able to tell in kilometers.
No, in terms of time. Time is
20.
Half an hour.
Very close.
understood. Thank you.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
So we had
Tanmay.
at least, we had filled this form for TAPMI and then Manipal. In 2 forms we filled, and we had exam same day. We had taken same slot. We thought we gave in Delhi on 17th, but when we went to the exam center, only one hall ticket they had in the system. Second one they didn't have. TAPMI one they had, but the Manipal other one they didn't have. But both the forms showed MET. Admission number was different.
I think we received your email, received your concern over email, and we have taken this up with the concerned department. Okay.
Yeah, because they didn't have. It is surprising. Okay.
Yes, sir. So we have taken this up with the concerned department.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I have written the MET exam as well. How that's happened for both scores that I've submitted, which is the SAT and the process. So is it like a best 2?
Yes. Like we will be, so ideally there is no comparison between MET and SATs. Okay. But as you might have seen on the application form, we are accepting up to 3 scores. So the evaluators go through all the 3 scores. So whatever you feel that your 3 best scores are, you can submit the scorecards with us and we go through that.
Yeah, so like I've written the MET and I've submitted SAT. So you're saying like whichever is better, you'll pick that and go ahead with it.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm not so well aware about Manipal, but whatever little I know, wasn't Manipal more about the science streams and less about the commerce stream or the arts stream, right? So is the BBA program pretty old or is it a recent one?
Very good question. Manipal, yes, it is more about medical and engineering. But TAPMI has always been into management. TAPMI came into existence in 1980. And this is from the same family, but it got merged into Mahe Group 2 years back. And that is when these undergraduate programs were also introduced. TAPMI has been known for the MBA programs and very well known within the country. So now Mahe has all 3 strong pillars within the system: engineering, management, and medical.
Okay, so you're saying the undergraduate programs like the BBA honors, etc., they were introduced very recently, 2 to 3 years back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, understood.
Hi, ma'am. I am Vaishnavi. Today I had recently visited Manipal University, but the problem is I am not appearing for this IPMAT exam, but I have only appeared for CLAT exam. Will there be any problem if I am not appeared for IPMAT?
Not at all. You just need to appear as a requirement. You just need to appear for any one of the examinations which are listed in the eligibility criteria. It's up to you if you for more.
Ma'am, means like, does it means like, would you check the score, or you just need like an attention thing?
We will check the score, but there is no cutoff such.
Okay.
So of course we wouldn't be selecting somebody who is maybe just scoring 0, for example, right? So in that sense, we would be checking the score because it adds to the weightage. But there's no cutoff as such that we have put.
Ma'am, if I get good percentage in my 12 plus 2, will you be like giving any kind of scholarships, or will you be considering those marks or not?
We will be considering the marks, but scholarships, I'm so sorry, are not based on just the 12th marks. So there's a long list of scholarships. I'm sharing the link here, so you can go through that.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, I would really be interested in attending IPM focused webinar. So whenever it's happening, I'm sure I'll get an email or
Yes,
a
sir.
WhatsApp
We'll be
message.
sending out the communication, sir. We send the communication to all the applicants.
Ma'am, when will the second round exam dates we can select? The 18th or 19th of May,
22nd
na?
onwards, between 22nd to 24th of April.
Will we get a mail or we should start? We should.
So we will send you a communication regarding that.
Okay. So then we have to pay the fees, no? After that.
Yes.
Will the interview session be like hard? Means like, what kind of questions they might ask? Means like, I just passed out from a 12th grade in commerce. Means like, would they be asking any questions related to that subject, or anything that I should practice in extra? Like,
So about micro presentation, we have listed down around 40 topics on the website itself, and one of those topics are allocated to you during the session, and you have to speak about it. What
Okay,
was
so
it
for
about?
my interview was not academics focused. There was the micro presentation, and then there were questions around like the background that I come from, why am I joining, why would I like to join the course, what am I looking to gain out of the course, all of that. So it was more about my life and getting to know me, and less of academics because I'm from humanities.
Even I had a similar experience as Sia mentioned. So even my interview focused on where I'm from, what I have studied so far, and getting to know me firstly. And they also gave me a few cases on spot, and they asked me what I would do, sort of like a situational question kind of a round. So that was there, and a very general knowledge kind of question was also asked.
I think you have covered literally everything that is there within the campus. Thank you so much, attendees. Thank you so much, speakers. It was a really nice session.
Thank you.